My name is Joel Bervell. I'm a fourth-year medical student at Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine, but online and better known as a medical Mythbuster to my over 1 million followers for talking about issues of health equity, healthcare disparities, the hidden history of medicine, and the ways that it needs to change. So a lot of the work I do right now on the internet came from understanding and witnessing racism and racial biases and prejudice in my own life. When I was in high school, I was one of the few Black students, and I regularly remember that some of my friends would call me an Oreo. And I never knew what that meant. And I would challenge them when they would call me that. They'd say things like, Joel, you're an Oreo. And I'd turn to them and say, what does that mean? And often their response would be, you act white, but you are Black on the outside. And I began to realize that they were conflating being white with being intelligent, with being hardworking, and they didn't associate those same things with being Black. I learned early on to challenge those norms. And I think what I really learned from those experiences was to ask people why and to go deeper into the things that we hold for granted and the things that we accept every single day. When I got to medical school, I started doing the same exact thing. I started asking why. Why did things say that Black people were more likely to die of COVID, that Black people were more likely to get asthma? And oftentimes we wouldn't dive into the history of it. Or when it came to Black people were more likely to have asthma, we never dove into the reasons why, which is a history of redlining, pollution that's specifically in areas that are predominantly Black because of policies, Jim Crow, and a long legacy of history that has forced these things to happen. And so when I think about my own personal experiences dealing with racism and dealing with prejudice and dealing with stereotypes and biases that other people have had, I see these things bleeding into medicine. I think the intersection is really needed in spaces like this because it brings people together that are doing work from different parts of health equity. It lets us have a collaboration and add our voices together as opposed to working disjointedly from different parts of an issue.